Sober Girls Yoga by the Mindful Life Practice. Hello yogis, welcome to Intuitive, which is your 10-class yin-inspired series that is designed to help you tap into your intuition, your third eye chakra. This series is based on the yamas and the niyamas of yoga, which originate in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and are connected to ways that we can practice our yoga off our mats. So for this practice, we will be more seated and more slow down and introspective. And it would be helpful if you have a bolster or a cushion and some yoga blocks and perhaps a yoga strap. So I want to invite you to come to a comfortable shape and just lengthen up through your spine. Take some deep breaths in and out. And if you want to join me in placing the right hand over the heart, this is anahata mudra. And just leaving your left hand exactly where it is. So during this series, we will be exploring all 10 of the yamas and the niyamas of yoga. And the first that we will be exploring is Ahimsa. And Ahimsa is the practice of nonviolence towards the self and nonviolence towards others. So as you breathe in and as you breathe out, maybe reflect on, what does that mean to me? What does practicing nonviolence mean to me? Now let's remain for a few more breaths in this seated shape. Then we're going to start to move our body into some heart-opening poses. So I'll invite you to flicker your eyes open and then just lift off of the bolster. And I'm going to invite you to lay your bolster across your yoga mat. And now if you want to, having blocks handy nearby can be helpful, and you might decide to just place your blocks on the earth and then snuggle your back body down onto the bolster and let your knees be supported by the blocks. And you could choose what you do with your arms. So your hands can be anchored on your body or they can be flipped face up. So I think one of the biggest misconceptions about the practice of Ahimsa, the idea of Ahimsa, is that all it means is to be a vegan and to be vegetarian. And I remember when I was going on my first yoga teacher training back in 2014, I was actually quite stressed out about not being vegan. I thought that it made me not a real yogi. The truth is that there are so many other things that can embody the practice of loving kindness. Not gossiping about other people, not judging other people. One of the biggest things I remember realizing at one point in my life was that when I gossiped about other people, it didn't hurt other people, it hurt me. Right? When I talked about other people behind their back, it just made me feel worse about myself. It made me hyper anxious that other people were gossiping about me. So what does practicing loving kindness mean to you? Let's take about 5 more breaths where we are. And then we're gonna lift all the way up. So come all the way up onto the elbows, draw your knees in, and you can slide your cushion to the side. And then just slowly make your way all the way down onto the back body. Just replace the spine and see how that feels. So this is your resting pose, your neutral pose, your rebound pose, and it's your opportunity to just check in with yourself. See what has shifted, what has changed. What has moved in your body since we started the practice? And now I want to invite you to grab hold of a yoga block. And what you're going to do is press through your feet and lift your hips up, and then slide this block underneath your sacrum. And you could have it on the middle height or the low height. I would not recommend the high height just because we will be here for a couple of moments. And you can either let your knees knock together or you can lengthen your legs long. See what feels right for you. So with the legs long, this is called pontoon, and with the knees bent, it's a variation of bridge pose. Just breathe into the heart space. So Ram Dass has this really famous mantra, love everyone and tell the truth. And love everyone reflects to the first sutra, which is Ahimsa, nonviolence. And tell the truth connects to Satya, which is the second yama, honesty. What does it mean to love everyone? It's really a practice of assuming that everyone is doing the best they can and trying to have compassion for their experience of life. Trying to have compassion for why they might be the way that they are. Why they might be making the decisions that they are. I think sometimes we're so quick to judge about what other people might be like or why they might be doing things without understanding the full story. So how can you explore practicing nonviolence, not just in your yoga practice, but in your life as well? What does nonviolence look like in your yoga practice? It means finding your edge. Not worrying about what other people's edges are, finding your edge. the edge that's going to bring you to experience something new without injuring yourself. You're going to stay a while in whatever shape you're in. You're going to commit to stillness. So even though there's a lot of things happening in your life right now, distractions, iPhone, computer, notifications, you're committing to just being in your body in the present for just these 30 minutes. That's it. Take a couple more breaths where you are. And then just press through the feet. We're going to lift all the way up. So lift your hips all the way up. And then just slowly lower all the way down. Slide your block to the side. Let your body come into neutral. And so we've done quite a lot of heart openers so far. So we're just going to do one more pose and then we're going to do a forward fold. This is a little bit of a moving pose. You're going to take your yoga block, lift your head up, and just place your block at the side of your occipital ridge. So place it at the base of your skull. And then you could just rock your skull from side to side. So you're kind of like massaging the back of the head. Just see how that feels. So our vagus nerve, right now we're massaging our vagus nerve. And this is directly connected to our stress response. And people with high vagal tone actually have better mental health. Which is really interesting. So how can we increase our vagal tone? We can sing, we can practice mantra, we can chant, we can do pranayama, we can do meditation, and we can do things like this, which is massaging our vagus nerve. So it's one of my favorite things to do. If you find a sweet spot, just keep lingering there. Releasing whatever needs to be released. Maybe just do it one more time. And then just slowly slide the block to the side. Lower the back of the head. Take some deep breaths. Now I'm going to invite you, if you would like to lift your legs up towards the sky. So this is legs up the wall. This is, I've heard this pose called waterfall or dead bug, and you can do it just like this. My personal preference is to always do it against the wall, but I know lots of people don't have walls immediately accessible wherever they are. So if you don't have a wall, you can just stay with your legs up. You can even use a strap around your feet, but if you do have a wall, I'm going to invite you to shift your body all the way towards the wall and then lift the legs up the wall. So this is called Viparita Karani. This is my absolute favorite yoga pose of all time because it moves the blood from the feet all the way back through the legs and all the way towards the heart and the head. So what does it mean to practice ahimsa for both yourself and the people around you? How can you move through life with a bit more compassion, a bit more love, a little bit more care for the people around you? Let's remain there for a few more breaths. And then if you want to, you might stay with your legs up the wall, or you might come all the way back down and just stretch your body back into your shavasana or your final resting pose. So you can extend your legs all the way out. Allow your palms to be face up. And while you're resting in this shape, I'm going to lead you through a short guided meditation. So this practice that we are practicing today is called a tonglen meditation. The intention of the tonglen meditation is to breathe in or draw in the suffering of other people in your life, maybe people that are sick, people that are not well, people that are struggling. And you're going to exhale some positivity to try and help them heal. So I want to invite you to bring to mind someone that is suffering. See them in your mind's eye, see them in your heart. When you breathe in, we're going to draw in their pain. When you breathe out, I'm going to send them healing. Breathe in, draw in the suffering. Exhale, send them light. Breathe in, draw in their pain. Exhale, send them joy. Just do a few more like this. Coming up with your own words, your own focus. And just notice what has shifted, what has moved in you since we started this practice. We'll remain in our final resting pose for about one more moment, and I'll bring you back when the time is up. samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Just give your fingers and toes a little wake up wiggle. Nice long stretch from your fingers all the way through your toes. You can curl your knees into your chest, give your body a sweet little hug, and perhaps saying to yourself here, I love this body. I love this mind. I love this spirit. Each and every day. And then just slowly make your way up to your seated shape with your palms at heart center in Anjali Mudra. We close this practice with our intention. The ancient intention, the original intention, passed from heart to heart through thousands of years. And it's that our practice remain steady and our efforts remain continuous, and that our yoga helps and heals and serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be free. May the thoughts and the actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So let's finish with an Om sound, the sound of everything, the sound of nothing. So take a big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing this space and the practice. Light in me, it sees and it honors the light in you. Thank you, thank you.